The Battle of Hilli or the Battle of Bogra was a major battle fought in the Indo-Pakistani War of 1971 and Bangladesh Liberation War. It is generally regarded as the most pitched battle that took place in East Pakistan, now Bangladesh. The Battle of Hilli took place between the 23rd of November 1971 and the 11th of December 1971, although the final surrender took place on the 18th of December 1971. The main objective of the Indian Army was to control Bogra, thereby cutting off Pakistan forces in the north from the rest of East Pakistan. The best way of getting to Bogra was through Hilli. The frontal assault on the Pakistan fortifications took a huge toll on both sides before Indian forces finally broke through by establishing a block in the rear of Pakistani forces in Hilli, upon which the 4th Battalion in Hilli withdrew for the defense of Bogra. Indian forces. The Indian side consisted of the 20 Indian Mountain Division led by Maj. Gen. Lakshman Singh. The constituent units of this division were 66 Brigade, 165 Brigade, 202 Brigade and 340 Brigade, 3 Armoured Brigade, 471 Engineer Brigade and 2 Artillery Brigades augmented by 33 Corps Artillery. The ground troops were aided by aerial support provided by the Indian Air Force, which had acquired air superiority in the east and were armed with rockets, guns and 100-pound bombs. Pakistani forces. On the Pakistan side, the area of responsibility was on 205 Brigade of Pakistan Army led by Brigadier Tajammul Hussain Malik. He had joined the brigade 4 days ago, when he volunteered to leave GHQ, Rawalpindi Command troops in the East Pakistan. He put up a stiff resistance that earned praise from many quarters. Major events of the battle. Tajammul Hussain Malik had placed screens along the railway line nearby and at the railway station complex in the area. The defensive positions were sighted in depth to cover all routes leading into East Pakistan. They fought the entire Indian division and the Mukti Bahini soldiers until the Indians decided to bypass Hilli and establish a block in its rear. Brigadier Tajammul Hussain Malik then withdrew the forces in Hilli to avoid being cut off and to defend for the Bogra itself. Bogra was surrounded from all sides by the greater numbers of the Indian Army and the Mukti Bahini. Brigadier Tajammul Hussain Malik's resistance continued even after the Pakistani Eastern Command surrendered in Dhaka on the 16th of December. He, in his staff car with flags and stars uncovered, went around the streets of Bogra motivating his soldiers to keep fighting. The Indian Army had by then surrounded the city of Bogra. The brigade major along with some 50 oars surrendered, but Tajammul Hussain Malik, still full of vigor, refused to give up. Brig. Tajammul Hussain Malik ordered the rest of his brigade to break out in small groups to Naugong, where one of his units was still fighting on. However, en route, his jeep was ambushed, severely injuring him and his orderly. Muktis captured both of them and subjected them to torture. They broke his arms and split his head, after which he was taken semi-conscious to an Indian Army hospital. Major General Nazir Hussain Shah was especially flown in from Nator for the surrender of this brigade on the 18th of December 1971. Due to the refusal of Brigadier Tajammul Hussain Malik to surrender upon return from captivity, he was the only brigadier out of 32 or so who fought the 1971 war in East Pakistan to have been promoted to Major General rank. Significance. The battle was a significant one as it involved great personal valor on both sides. This is highlighted by the fact that soldiers on either side won their nation's highest military honors. One of the infantry battalions of the 20 Indian Mountain Division 511th Gorkha Rifles distinguished itself here and later earned the battle honor. Bogra for itself. The commanding officer of the Indian Battalion, then Lt. Col. Ft. Diaz, later rose to the rank of Lieutenant General in the Indian Army. In fact, other than the battalion commander, one of the company commanders, Then Marj Jbs Yadava become Lieutenant General and Marjabjeet Mamik rose to become a brigadier, and Captain B.K. Bopanna later become Lieutenant General in the Indian Armed Forces, which is a unique honor to the soldiers of an army. This battle was also unique in that it had started before the official start of the India-Pakistan War but continued right until the formal surrender of Pakistan. Unlike other battles in the East where the Indian Army dominated, Pakistan forces gave a very good account of themselves before the combined might of the Indian military managed to occupy the area. Awards. Bangladesh Major Qazi Nuzzaman was awarded with Bir Uttam, the second highest award for individual gallantry in Bangladesh, but he rejected it as thousands of Mukti Bahini volunteers were killed and did not receive any recognition. India Lance Naik Albert Ekka, 14 guards of the Indian Army, who fought in this battle, received the only Param Vir Chakra to be awarded in the eastern sector during the 1971 war. Marj Jbs Yadava and Marjabjeet Mamik, both then company commanders of 511th Gorkha Rifles of the Indian Army, were awarded Vir Chakra, the third highest gallantry award of India. Pakistan Major Muhammad Akram Shaheed of Pakistan won the Nishan-e-Haidar, the highest military honor of the country. Lieutenant Colonel Tariq Anis Malik of Pakistan received Sitar-e-Jarat. General Tajamal Hussain Malik was cited a Nishan-e-Haidar, the highest military honor, however he died.